Welcome back to Tarot and Beyond. Today we're doing some energy healing work. So we're going to be working on the 7 main chakras. So as you can see, we have the 7 energy centers here before you, from root to crown. So the way to use this reading or these readings is to select the chakras that you feel the most called to. If you feel called to all of them, you can just watch this reading all the way through. You can watch it from front to end or end to front or whatever you want to do. Use your intuition to guide you to the chakras that are in need of the healing at this time. What we're going to do is explore what is blocking the chakra, what's going on within the chakra, if there are imbalances, misalignments, and all of those different things. In the extended reading, which is available through the members only area, through the Soul Tribe or Soul Family memberships, we will be looking at how to heal the chakra. I have also created a chakra healing guided meditation infused with Reiki and channeled through from Spirit. So if you guys are interested in that, I will leave the link to purchase in the description box below as well. All right, guys, so make your selection and we will see you in the readings. All right, hi group number 1, aka the root chakra. Let's take a look and see what is going on with your root chakra. So the first thing I'm going to do is just tune in clairvoyantly and psychically, and we'll see what I can see, and then we'll pull some cards. So I'm just going to start tuning in now. Okay, so there's a couple of things that are coming through right away. I can see the intestines, and I can see even as I said that, I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but my stomach just went really grumbly. It just started making some serious noise right as I said in the word intestines, which was interesting. So it feels like there's something going on in the physical layer of the body in regards to the intestines, and something going on there, and we'll hopefully get some more insight into what that is. But I'm also seeing the image of somebody running. So it's like somebody out, on the sidewalk with their running shoes on, and they're going for a run, or they're jogging or something like that. That's what I'm seeing. Now, this can be a metaphor for movement or for moving forward in life, but literally speaking, especially since we're looking at the root chakra here, this could be in relation to physical exercise, movement, and getting your body moving, because that can be something that can help to heal the root if that's something that's blocked. Because I do feel like there is some kind of an energy here that needs to move, whether it's in the digestion, which is like moving down and out, being processed through that movement in the body, or being processed energetically through running or movement and tension and flexing of the muscles. So I feel like there's a theme or an emphasis on movement. Let me see if there's anything else here I can tune into. Yeah, there could be a theme of distractions here as well. So you may have a hard time staying grounded and present in the moment. And it's almost like there's a need to get more physical or to get things moving to be able to stay more present or to be more grounded. So that's something that we're probably going to be looking at as well. So let's pull some cards. We're not going to do any oracle today, just the tarot, as that's what I've been guided to do. So let's take a look and see what's coming up for you, group number 1, in regard to your root chakra. Okay, we got lots to go on here. Let's start with that. Bottom of the deck energy, you have the Eight of Wands. So this is fast movement, and we were talking about the themes of movement. So yes, this is tracking with what I was seeing energetically. So something to do with movement is important here. It's like things are not moving. You have the Fool. Okay. Strength. And the High Priestess. The Ace of Wands. Ooh, Ace of Swords as well. Three of Pentacles. Ten of Wands reversed. And the Sun card reversed. Okay, so we're in the root chakra here, but I'm getting this feeling of solar plexus, and that was coming through when I was looking at the intestines and the digestive system. So there is something to do with or related to the digestive system that's going on here in relation to the root chakra, because the root is the entire body system. So if there's something going on in another chakra, they are not isolated, right? They're connected, and it is an entire system that needs to work together and cooperate cohesively. That's what the Three of Pentacles here is representing as well. It's like these three different aspects of the self working together. And I'm seeing the sacral chakra, I'm seeing the solar plexus, and I'm seeing the root. So it's really the three lower centers here that we're talking about in regard to these pentacles, or these three individuals that need to be working together to create something, right? To build something back up, because it does feel like there's something here that needs to be addressed in a new way. We do have those two aces here. It feels like there is a block in the root. Okay, so there is a block in the root that needs to be addressed here. It is to do with something going on in the digestive system, something going on in regard to your physical strength or vitality, something going on with the intuition as well, because the High Priestess is here with these two cards that are both yellow and speaking of the solar plexus. So if you felt called to the solar plexus reading as well, I would check that out. I obviously haven't done it yet because I'm starting with the root, so I don't know what it's going to say there, but yeah, that's where we're being guided, both of us here in this reading, to the solar plexus. There's a block in the solar plexus is what they're showing me, and it's affecting your body. It's affecting your vital force energy, your ability to feel free is what they're saying here. There's a blockage in the solar plexus that is preventing you from feeling energized, strong, and therefore able to do what you want to do, to take action, to create, maybe starting a new hobby, maybe thinking clearly, maybe going out for a run or something like that. The physical body, if it doesn't have the vital force energy it needs, first of all, you're going to feel creatively blocked. You're going to feel intuitively kind of clouded, but you're also going to have a hard time physically doing things because the body is low on energy. Therefore, the mind is low on energy. Prioritization becomes backlogged, and your action and ability to implement is impaired. So I do see here that with this root chakra, it's more like a symptom than anything. I think that the symptom is here in the root, and the root is actually in the solar plexus. So I'm interested to see what comes up when we get to that chakra. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here for you guys, is that the physical issue that you're experiencing here, which may manifest as a lack of energy, a lack of ability to trust your body or to trust your intuition or to implement and act on these insights and inspirations that are coming through, may even be affecting your confidence, because you may feel as though your movement is being thwarted, like you can't physically do what you want to do, or you can't implement what you want to do. Yeah, you can't implement what you want to create. So it is about working with yourself here to be able to heal this. But we'll go more into that in the extended reading, and into that in the channeled healing as well, which I haven't done yet. I wanted to do all of these readings first, and then I'm going to go in with the energy healing so that I have an idea of kind of the intention for healing that I'm going to be infusing into that guided meditation and walkthrough of the chakras. So that's what I see for you, root chakra. These are very quick, concise readings so that we can really get to the root, pun intended, of the issues here and address them in an effective, productive way. So I hope that this helped, and that you explore the other chakras to see how you can support the root in healing these physical aspects of the vital force energy, the ability to take action, and your body's ability to feel grounded, present, and therefore allowing you at the internal mental level and intuitive level to take action. All right, so that's what I see for your group number 1. We'll see you in the other readings. All right, hi group number 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose the sacral chakra, we're going to look at your sacral chakra and see what is going on here, if there's misalignments, blockages, or anything like that. So I'm going to tune in first, and then we'll grab some tarot to see what's going on here. Okay, the first thing I'm seeing is actually fire. They're showing me a lotus on fire, interestingly enough. The sacral chakra is actually a water element, believe it or not. So it's interesting that they're showing me the fire, and the lotus is a water plant. So this is very interesting to me. Let me kind of tune into that and find out what this means. The sacral chakra is to do with passion and expression of passion and sensual experience of life and how we can connect to and express ourselves in the physical world through our creative endeavors, through our physical connections, and essentially through our passion, which I think the fire represents here. Now, the lotus is beautiful because this is a very sacred, holy plant. It's also used for cleansing and healing rituals, and it was revered in ancient times for its psychedelic properties as well as for its representation of the chakras themselves. So each one of the chakras is often represented as the lotus. So I think that your sacral chakra is actually doing fairly well here, group number 2. If anything, it just needs to have an outlet for all of this fire, this passion, this drive, whether it's through sexuality, whether it's through your hobbies, whether it's through sensory experiences of some other kind. The pleasures that you have in life are really being emphasized here, and being able to channel those effectively. Now, I did want to mention that the 2 of Pentacles came up several times in your pre-shuffling of the deck, and I wanted to note that. I'm going to put it back in and we'll see if it comes back out. But the 2 of Pentacles here is really about finding the balance. And I think that's a beautiful representation of the image I saw, which was fire and water. It's finding the balance. And you also have the Lovers on the other side. This one came out several times in the pre-shuffle as well, and then it ended up on the bottom of the deck. And the Lovers is a great representation of the sacral chakra because it is to do with our vulnerability, our connection, and our passion through our ability to connect sometimes physically, right? Because the sacral chakra is our reproductive organs. So it definitely has to do here with like the Garden of Eden, which is our pleasure base, essentially, if we're looking at it that way, and how we connect and relate to other people based on how we connect and relate to ourselves and our own body and what we find joy and pleasure in life. So let's take a look. Let's get some cards here for you, group number 2, in regard to your sacral chakra and what, Tower, and what is needing to be healed here. Or what is going on here? There, okay. I think that's all of them. Nope. Oh, there's the 2 of Pentacles again. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you see, I knew this was going to come out. It was meant to be here. If it comes out more than once, it's meant to be. So 2 of Pentacles is obviously important here. It's finding the balance between things, especially if you're going through some kind of upheaval with the Tower here. We also have the 4 of Pentacles wanting to come out. I'm going to take that reversed because that's what it feels like. You have the Knight of Cups and 2 pages, Page of Swords and the Page of Cups. This is young energy, immature, but not always immature in a negative sense. It's young, it's inexperienced, it's youthful. That's a better word for it. It's youthful energy, very youthful energy here. So what I'm seeing is kind of like holding on to something, not expressing, not allowing yourself to open up and to connect to your passions or pleasures. And that could be something that's going on here. It's kind of like old structures are crumbling. Maybe things that you used to find pleasure in are fading away or falling away or being stripped away. Maybe you're holding on because you don't want to let go, but it's like you're riding into a new stage of life is what I'm seeing here, and you're being encouraged to take a fresh approach or to see things in a new way. The sacral chakra here is asking you to approach this healing of this archetype and this energy with a beginner's mindset. That's what's going to help to get you back into alignment here, because it's a little out of balance. I think that overall, I think you've made improvements here, because I think that's why the fire and the lotus were there. It's like you have made improvements. You have brought awareness to these things. There is some healing that you've already done in the sacral chakra. I can see and feel that. But there's still something here that's lingering underneath the surface. There's something in the foundation that needs to be rebuilt. And that's why it's like a new approach is needed here, something like fresh eyes, you know, so you can see it through the eyes of that innocence or through that new fresh idea. You know, like when kids really enjoy things because they're doing it for the first time, they are way more connected to their sacral chakra, first of all because they're still in those developmental stages of life, but also because they are experiencing life for the first time, literally. So they really get to experience the joy and the pleasures of life. And an example that's coming to mind is when I was a child and my parents gave me watermelon for the first time. And I remember my mom describing to me how excited I got when the first time that I tasted watermelon, and the look on my face, it was like surprise and delight and pure joy. And I just wanted more because it was so delicious. So it's these types of things that the sacral chakra is wanting to have more of, or there needs to be more balance in regard to. So maybe letting go of some of the things that cause you displeasure, allowing yourself to express and indulge a little bit in the things that do bring you that sense of childlike wonder again, and how you express that in regard to your creativity too, because it's not just the intake of these sensory experiences, it's also the joy that you get from creating as well. In regard to this tower, I feel like there is, at the root, there has been an imbalance, not the root chakra. I mean, like at the core of the sacral frequency, there has been an imbalance. It could be related to the root chakra because they are neighbors, right? They're right next to each other and they can't exist in isolation. It's an entire system. So if there's something off in the root, there's something off in the sacral, and it goes up the ladder until we realize it and we address it at the core. But what I'm seeing here is that there was an imbalance, or there has been or is an imbalance here in regard to something that may have happened in youth, something in your childhood or your adolescence. And it could have been something traumatic that kind of rocked your world. Maybe it was an abrupt move. Maybe there was a change of location. That's what I'm getting here. That kind of upset your experience of the balance of life and how you expressed yourself, or how you felt connected to the people around you or to your own body. There could have been something else even more traumatic than that. Because the tower is not an easy energy, and I'm getting young energy and youthful energy. So like I said, something may have happened around your upbringing that the sacral chakra was holding on to for a long time. I think you have an awareness of what this is. I don't think this is brand new information for you, because I get the sense that you've already started to do some healing work on this issue, or on your own behalf in regard to whatever happened at that developmental stage. You've been working to create balance. Yeah, you have. You've brought awareness to some stuff, and you've done some emotional healing, because that's also what the sacral governs, is emotions, our experience, our physical, tangible, visceral experience of emotion in the body, and the emotions that are evoked through our interactions with life, either internal or external. So being able to process whatever happened in the past is helping you, and has helped you to evolve, to mature, to grow, and to step into more balance so that you can really express yourself and experience life in a balanced way. Let me see if there's anything else. Nope, that's it. So that's what I see for you, group number 2. Check out the rest of the chakras that you feel called to. And if you are wanting to do some healing work and really dive a little deeper into this, I have created the extended readings that you can get through the membership, and also the guided chakra meditation. It's going to be infused with Reiki. I haven't done it yet. Obviously, I wanted to complete these first, so I have an idea of the intention of what we're working to heal. But it's going to be channeled through from spirit, and it's going to be infused, like I said, with the Reiki healing energy, so that it can help you in real time to process whatever needs to be healed here. Okay, so you can find that, the links in the description box below. Okay, I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next reading. All right, hi group number 3. If you chose the solar plexus chakra, let's take a look at what's going on with this energy center. So I'm just going to tune in psychically, and then we'll pull some tarot cards to get an idea of anything going on here. Right, so in the root chakra, I was seeing that there's something going on in the digestive tract, and as soon as I closed my eyes to tune in, I'm seeing clairvoyantly once again the digestive tract and the stomach area, which is what the solar plexus rules and energetically governs. So it does feel like there's something to do with digestion that may be an issue for some of you here. If you resonated over to this portion of the reading, it could be a digestive imbalance. You may have been told that you have an overgrowth of bacteria like SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. You may have been told that you have IBS or IBD, irritable bowel. You may have been told that you have candida in the gut. Yeah, it definitely feels like there's inflammation there for sure. Okay. Yeah, the solar plexus looks very dark and dense. So there's certainly something going on there. And they're calling to mind the channeled information that came up in the soul fragment reading that I just did as well. So the third reading there was very much a soul fragment that was out of, or a chunk of the soul that was missing in the solar plexus area. So if you resonated to that reading and then you also found your way here, yeah, there's that soul fragment was removed, or it was cut off there in the solar plexus area. And so retrieving that is going to help to repair the chakra, because I do see that the chakra is in a state of disrepair or disempowerment, because it does look dark. It should be a nice bright golden yellow color, but I'm seeing it as like a smoky dark brown or black, which is not ideal. That does indicate ill health. So let's grab some tarot cards here and see what's going on. Page of Wands. I had a feeling the Eight of, where is it? I think you guys probably saw it flip out there. Oop, that one wanted to come out too. I had a feeling the Eight of, I just wanted to call it the Eight of Swords. That's interesting. The Eight of Wands was going to come out because it came out in the root chakra. It was underneath the deck. So that was like the overarching energy. And especially since I was picking up on a connection here to the solar plexus, here we have confirmation. Okay. Let's take a look at what we have here. So we obviously have the Two of Cups, which is to do with relationships and interchanges with other people. We have the Page of Wands. We have King of Swords in reverse. Communication issues, disempowerment, manipulation. That's what I'm getting there. Temperance, beautiful, helping to balance things out. And Knight of Wands, the lack of physical energy to digest, to move things through, to take action. Fatigue can be a part of this as well. And if you actually have been diagnosed with like SIBO or IBS or something like that, or digestive issues, it does impact your ability to integrate nutrients, and that affects your hormones, that affects your physical vitality, it affects your energy levels, your adrenal system, it affects the brain. It really, your gut is really central to the rest of your entire system. So if that's off, it can send a ripple effect through the rest of the system and create an imbalance. So what I'm seeing here is the relationship to other people is where the wound is, or where the blockage originated. There's something here in regard to either not being understood, not understanding something, or having other people manipulate, lie, or deceive you. That's really, really strongly coming through. I'm getting like being used, being manipulated, being abused. The reading of group 3 in that soul fragment retrieval reading was talking about, well, I'll just let you guys go watch it if you haven't already. And if you have, then you have an idea kind of how this may be relating there. It's kind of like not seeing something clearly, or seeing other people disempower, or being disempowered by other people, or using your own power in a way that, it wasn't aligned or in integrity for you. And then you maybe acted rashly or impulsively, tried something new but did it a little too quickly, and then hurt yourself or others in the process. And then as a result, didn't trust yourself anymore to be able to be reciprocal with other people, to either by setting boundaries, because the solar plexus does have to do with boundaries. It's how we feel about ourselves. It's our self-worth, our self-esteem, our confidence, our ability to communicate effectively where our limits are and what we will and will not allow. Eight of Wands is communication. Knight of Swords reversed is dysfunctional communication. And Two of Cups is relationships. So it's trying, it's needing to find the balance in how you communicate and express yourself in relationship to other people, what you need, what you value, how you feel about yourself, and in return, or in conjunction to that, how you interact with other people or allow other people to interact with you. So I do feel like that there was a wound here, or there is a wound here about being able to digest things, because if we look at the digestive tract, it's kind of like integrating or assimilating information. And the idea that I'm getting behind this is kind of like the movement or the process of receiving communication was impaired because maybe there were lies, deceptions, or manipulations in how people were communicating with you, or perhaps how you were communicating with them, or both on some level, consciously or unconsciously, right? It's not always intentional. It's not always direct in that way. So don't take it the wrong way here, guys. But what I'm seeing is that there was something off in regard to communication and exchange of ideas, of values, or even of time and effort between yourself and others. And that is something that caused the impairment or contributed to the impairment here in the solar plexus chakra. So we are going to go deeper into how to heal this in the extended reading. If you would like to receive that, you can join the membership. Either the Soul Tribe or the Soul Family will get you access to the extended readings. And if you are not interested in those, then you can also use the download that I'm making available to you guys on the website. It's tarotandbeyond.com. It is a channeled download guided meditation walking through all of the energy centers, and it's infused with Reiki and divine healing and light. So it's going to help you to dive a little deeper on your own into these issues, and it's also going to give you the energetic support you need to be able to heal and rectify some of the imbalance here, or to gain awareness of what it is so that you can take the steps necessary to begin to balance it out and heal. All right, so that is what I see for you, group number 3. Thank you so much for being here. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi, group number 4. If you chose the heart chakra, this is going to be your reading. So let's take a look. I'm going to start tuning in psychically to see what I can see here in the heart chakra, and then we'll pull some tarot cards to get a little bit more clarity on what is going on here or what's in need of healing. Okay, so right away in the heart center, I'm seeing a bird with a broken wing and a bandage on that wing. So I think the bandage is actually a good indication that there's a process of healing that's already been initiated here, but the broken wing does feel like there's a wound in the heart center. The bird is making me think of innocence, so there could be something to do with a wounded innocence or some kind of grief around how you are able to feel and connect to other people in the world. The heart chakra is to do with our relationship with self and others, our ability to care for ourselves and be cared for by others. It's our ability to give and receive emotionally through our relationships to others, and to connect on a higher octave, where the sacral chakra is physical connection, the root chakra is tribal connection, and survival connection, and the solar plexus is our connection based on our identity and our sense of self. The heart is through love, of course. It's the heart of the matter. It is through love that we truly deeply connect and bond with other people at a higher level or a higher octave of frequency. Now, there does feel that there was a wound here in relation to others and yourself. So let's take a look at your cards here and see what's going on here in the heart. I did want to note that the death card came up in the pre-shuffle, as well as what was the other card that I saw? I can't remember. Anyway, we'll just see what comes out. Okay, I think that's enough, but we'll just see if there's anything. Oh, there's one more. Okay. It's good. All right, so we've got lots to go, and most of them fell upright. Only one fell face down. So I think that's another good sign that you're opening up in a big way. You're opening up to healing. You're opening up to, like knowing yourself at the heart level. So I'm going to leave this downright one downright. Is that it? No, that's not a word. I'm going to leave this down facing one to the side, and we'll look at what you have here first. So you have the Knight of Swords, which is very fast communication, action, and decisive thinking. Ace of Wands. I think this came up in the root chakra as well. Yeah, it did. And then you've got the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Both yellow, reminding me here of the solar plexus chakra. So they're neighbors, right? And they all work as a unit, right? We can't isolate one chakra from the others. They all work cohesively. The energy flows through them all. So they do, move into and out of one another and impact one another in a domino effect. So you have the Seven of Cups and the Two of Swords. All right. So what I'm seeing here, group number 4, is that in the heart there was confusion, there was deception, there was a lack of confidence, which is what I'm seeing there from the solar plexus, a lack of confidence in your ability to clearly communicate and express yourself or feel understood by other people. That was what we saw coming up in the solar plexus, and it has affected the heart and the heart's ability to feel truly accepted or connected or loved, really. And it may have impacted your ability to connect romantically as well, to give and receive love in a healthy, balanced way. I feel like there is guardedness around the heart to protect and to try and take things slow as a way of almost overcorrecting or trying to make up for the lack of boundaries as a result of the solar plexus wound and some of the other things going on in the chakra system. So yeah, it's really about getting back to confidence and feeling stable again in your ability to love yourself and to have healthy, loving relationships with others as a byproduct of that. There is a little bit of confusion here that can be cut through with a little bit more intuitive perception. I was going to say logic, but intuitively and clairvoyantly or clairsentiently psychically, I was getting the message that this is actually about intuitive perception. So being able to intuitively perceive things clearly is going to help you to heal the heart. And it's trusting yourself again. That's really at the root of that. It's healing the identity with yourself in the solar plexus, healing your passions in the sacral, and your connection to your body and the intuitive connection to the physical realm through the root, that all culminate here in the heart with your ability to trust yourself in general, to listen to your heart and to not be led astray or deceived by false beliefs or false manipulations from other people or the outside world, or false patterns or programs. It's like sticking to what you feel to be true for you. It's quite literally following your heart, listening to your heart. And my throat almost started closing up when I said that. So it does feel like there's resistance to really fully surrendering and trusting and listening to your heart. There may be fear that you're going to make mistakes. Maybe you listened to your heart in the past and it led you down some paths that you got hurt, because they're showing me the snake here in this card in association with the Seven of Wands. So it feels like there was deception, there was betrayal, wounding. The snake makes me think of venom. So there was toxicity or poison. So it makes sense that there's two knights here, both converging on the heart, both very armored. They're trying to protect themselves, but it's are you going about it in the right way? Can you protect yourself without limiting yourself? Can you surrender and trust while at the same time having appropriate boundaries so that you're not leaving yourself in such a vulnerable position that you get hurt again and then the cycle continues? So it's removing some of the pain here that may have led to jadedness or that feeling of guardedness or need, that feeling of need to guard and protect as a safety mechanism. It's like closing the heart to try and protect it. That's a very valid response that a lot of people experience. I've even experienced that in relation to pain and wounds, betrayals, heartbreaks, losses, grief, those kinds of things. It's very challenging to feel so deeply, and so what we do is we close it down to try and protect ourselves from it, but ultimately that does a disservice, because then we're not feeling into things clearly and we are not connected to ourselves, so it creates more and more disconnection from the outside world, and that will show up in relationship to other people. The type of people we're attracted to, the type of relationships we allow into our life, the type of treatment and behavior that we experience or allow. So these are the types of things that the heart chakra is looking to have healed right now and is in the process of healing. It's repairing the wounds around trust. And especially when I see that bird with the bandaged wing, it also makes me think of trusting your own wings. Trusting yourself to be able to carry yourself through life, to soar on the winds with ease. And if you have a broken wing, it makes sense that you haven't been able to trust yourself, because you wouldn't want to take a leap of faith with a broken wing. That would not be wise, but maybe you did. Maybe you didn't know you had a broken wing, so you jumped out of the nest, or you took a leap off that cliff and then you got hurt. But that is not indicative of your capacity to fly. You just need to heal the wing first. That's the only thing that you didn't see, was that there was a broken wing to begin with. You heal that, you will fly. All right, so that's what I see for you, group number 4. Sorry, group number 4, I almost forgot. Your hidden extra card there that was face down, the star. The star is healing, hope, regeneration, renewal. And look at that little bird in the background with his wings out. So this is you guys going through the healing process, healing your heart, mending your wings so that you can fly. And you will be guided to your true North Star, which is your destiny. That's what they just said there. Beautiful. It will be safe to be vulnerable in a healthy, balanced way, and you will attract relationships and circumstances that will support you in trusting yourself and your ability to interact through love. All right, there we go. Thank you so much, guys. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. I go deeper into what to do to heal this in the extended reading, which you can access through the members only section. So the Soul Tribe or Soul Family memberships will give you access to that. You can use the join button to do that. And if you're on an iOS device, I've just been informed that the join button doesn't show up. So you do have to either go through a web browser or through a laptop or something, a desktop, to be able to access that. And if you guys are looking for additional healing and support, I'm also creating or have created at this point, like by the time you're watching it, it's already up on my website, a downloadable full chakra cleanse. And it's going to be channeled through me to you and infused with Reiki divine healing. So you guys can use that time and time again to go through the chakra system and to heal anything that is there needing to be balanced. Okay, so that is up on the website now. The website link is in the description box below. It's tarotandbeyond.com. Okay, so thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 5. Welcome to your reading if you chose the throat chakra. Let's take a look in at your throat to see what's going on. I'm going to tune in psychically and then we'll pull some tarot. Okay, so I'm seeing a wide opening in the throat chakra. It almost looks like a gateway or a portal way. So there's something that you're opening to, and there's white light on the inside of it. So this is giving me the sensation that there's an entire, I'm hearing the word rebrand. It's like there's a rebrand of yourself. You're opening a portal to a new self. You are beginning to embody or are already embodying this newer version of you, this more authentic expression of you, which is what the throat chakra governs. It's a bolder version of you is what I'm seeing. It is a more direct version of you. It's less diluted. it's more, it's a more concentrated version of yourself. I just got the word higher minded as well. So you might be thinking from a higher minded perspective or seeing a bigger picture. And that is how the self is expressing now. It's like there's a more expanded viewpoint through which you are seeing the world and therefore expressing yourself and seeing yourself. So let's get some tarot. So for group number 5, in regard to throat chakra, what's going on here and what are they needing to know? Oop, 4 of Wands, 9 of Wands. That's the portal, the gateway. The 4 of Wands is that the opening. That's pretty much what I was seeing. Even when I clairvoyantly look at the card with my eyes open, I'm still seeing that imprint on the inside of my mind of that. It was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like this, and then it went out like that, and then went like that. And it was all white on the inside. And I could just see it was like almost like an imprint or... I don't know how to describe it very well, but yeah, you've got the 9 of Wands, the Fool card. Yeah, it's that, it's like a portal. It's an opening. It's a new beginning. It's a new expression of yourself. You have the Knight of Pentacles as well. These 2 cards both came up in other readings in the chakra system. So let's see what else. Oh, they said that's it. Okay. All right. Well, blue and yellow, so it's the confidence in a new identity and your ability to express that in a more direct way, where before you may have been more guarded with the 9 of Wands. I keep mixing up the suits in the readings today. I keep saying pentacles for wands and swords for this and that, and it's just, I don't know. But the 9 of Wands here is talking about this guardedness and this sense of reservation in really showing up and authentically expressing yourself. But I see through this portal or opening to this higher version of yourself and the expression and embodiment of that, there's a new practical approach to putting yourself out there in the world is what I'm seeing. And you're being acknowledged by Spirit for the achievement that you've done here. You've leveled up is what they just said. You've leveled up your consciousness. You've leveled up your expression of self, and the confidence and the really foundational work that you've done in the lower centers is helping you to express this. So for those of you who were drawn to this chakra, even if you've watched all the other readings and those are still accurate for you, I do see that it's almost like the lower centers are still in a state of integration of what you've already achieved at this higher level. So it's like there's going to be a trickle-down effect that you've leveled up here in this higher mind and in the throat chakra, in the self and the expression. And as a result, there's going to be higher-minded level ups and healing that will be present at the physical level in the lower centers, all of the other chakras that we've looked at so far. I keep needing to clear my throat in this reading, so it's like, there's a lot that's clearing out right now. There's a lot of you just really kind of renewing yourself is the feeling that I'm getting. It's like there's a great sense of renewal and release and a new beginning here. It's beautiful, actually. This is one of the clearest chakras we've had in this reading. So the throat chakra is really vibrant, radiant, purified, refreshed, renewed. And like I said, the domino effect of that is going to show up in the lower centers. It just takes a little bit longer, especially when we're talking about the physically based centers that are very much anchored in the third dimensional realm, like the red ray, the orange ray, the yellow ray. Those are the lower centers, sacral, solar, root. So it takes a little bit more time to see the energy manifest in those physical centers, but it's going to happen because it's already happened here. So it's just a matter of time. Wow. Okay. Well, this was a pretty quick one. I don't think there's anything else I need to say here around the throat chakra. It feels like there's a sense of completion. You've done what you needed to do. You came to the end of this repression of the self, or this disconnection from the pure authentic self and holding back, and you've managed to charge forward, open up, and enter into this new era is really what it feels like, a new era of yourself and your ability to be your divine self in this world. Beautiful. Lovely. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, group number 5. This was beautiful. And if you're looking to get the overall chakra healing, the cleanse is up on my website now. It is a channeled download, and it will help you to clear your chakras, align your chakras, and keep them cleansed and clear. All right. So thank you for being here. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 6. If you chose the third eye chakra, let's take a look and see what's going on here. I'm going to tune in psychically and see what I can see clairvoyantly, and then we'll pull some tarot cards to get some additional information about what's going on here in this energy center. Oh, okay. So the third eye is expanding right now is what they're showing me. It is, it's in a growth phase at the moment. So what this means is that your awareness is expanding, your psychic abilities are probably expanding as well. You've recently been through some waves of activations. That's what they're showing me, is like rolling energy kind of coming in cycles. So you've been going through waves of activations, new heightened awareness, realizations, epiphanies, enlightenment, new ideas, stimulation of the mind. All of these things are being brought in waves and cycles to help you to expand and to bring this heightened awareness to the third eye, to the mind and the mental body. The energetic signature of the third eye is it's in like a warm-up phase where it's kind of like it's like, like it's charging itself up is kind of what I'm seeing there. It's like in the build-up phase of this growth cycle. Okay, let's get some cards. So for group number 6, in regard to the third eye chakra, what do they need to know here? Got the 3 of Pentacles. A lot of the same cards coming out in many of these chakras. It's just interesting to note that. Oh, okay. Ooh, you have the star. It's gorgeous. The star card's one of my favorite, because it's all about hope and healing and regeneration. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing there in the third eye. It's like it's generating a lot of energy right now. It's going through a regeneration process where it's really expanding, and the star is all about light, and the third eye is that light, and that's what I'm seeing as well. It's being filled with light right now because it's increasing the frequency and it's expanding the awareness. You have Temperance. These two together are like major healing vibes. So you guys are going through a massive third eye healing, regeneration, the Empress, massive abundance, growth. Again, it's growth, like massive growth, okay? And the 8 of Cups. Yep. So you're moving toward this expansion very rapidly, actually. Other people are acting as messengers on this path. So be mindful of videos, readings, conversations, phone calls, advertisements, intuitive nudges, books, pamphlets, billboards. They're just showing me all of these different things in my mind. So be mindful of all of this information, because the assistance and the continual cycle of this growth phase in the third eye is being really spurred on by all of this information that is being directed toward you at this time for the purpose of this activation. I'm seeing fruitfulness, like this is going to bear fruit very soon. So it's kind of like if it's still in that charge or warm-up phase, it's going to get to full capacity very soon. And then you'll be able to experience the expanded capacity. And that's going to be different for each of you, is they want me to say that. So for some of you who have been at like a very base level where you haven't had any usage really of your clairvoyant abilities, that may begin to open up. For those of you who already have access to your clairvoyant abilities, those are going to expand. So you'll be able to see more, you'll be able to see in different ways than you did before. You'll be able to see more regularly or more at will, depending on, kind of where you're at currently. And for those of you who haven't had any conscious awareness of your psychic abilities in that visual sort of context, they're saying that this is available to you should you release your fear and allow yourself to move toward this expansion of the mind, because that's all it is. It's just really being able to see beyond what is just physically in front of your face. You can see more, you see beyond the veil, you see what is there and has always been there, but you're just seeing it at a higher octave. And so it's kind of like you're tuning your eyes, or you're wearing special glasses almost to be able to see what was always there, but you couldn't see. And so there's nothing to fear in that. There are dark things there, but you don't have to fear them. When you're in your power, they cannot control you. You are the creator of your reality. So it's really about being able to first do some healing work and maybe a little bit of balancing and learning to work with this gift and then grow this gift. And then you'll be able to harvest it and use it for its full benefits. So yeah, no, I know everyone loves the third eye. Everyone wants to be psychic in that particular clairvoyant way, but it needs to be balanced also with the other clairs, because seeing without feeling is only half the picture, and seeing without hearing is only half the picture, right? If it's like watching a silent movie with no subtitles, you're not going to get clear and accurate information from that unless you are auditorily or sensorially or whatever else, taking in information from all of these different, sources. That way you can have a more holistic understanding of the truth, which is what the third eye actually represents. Energetically, it is the energy of divine truth. And that truth is beyond duality. It's the higher truth. It's the truth of multiple truths. It's the truth of all things are true because we experience and create them to be true. So whether it's up or down, right or wrong, light or dark, this or that, they're all true because we've created them. And we can experience them as true. So anyway, the gist of it is the third eye is looking good. It's going through an upgrade right now. And it's really just about taking things gently here, I want to say, being gentle with yourself and allowing yourself to kind of explore the ins and outs of this new power, because it is power, and we need to wield that responsibly. Okay, so that's what I see for you, group number 6. If you're interested in going deeper, we're going to be looking at additional information for healing or activation in the extended reading, which is available to the Soul Tribe and Soul Family members. You can join the membership through the join button if you don't see it there. If you are on an iOS device, then I do recommend either going through a desktop or through the web page to be able to access the join button and get the membership, so you can have access to all of the new content there and other perks. I also have a full chakra cleanse, which is a guided meditation through the 7 main chakras, channeled from spirit through me and infused with Reiki healing energy. So if you guys are looking to go even deeper and to level up significantly, then I do recommend that as well. It's up on the website now, and the link is below in the description box. All right, thank you so much, guys. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 7. Welcome to your reading if you chose the crown chakra. We made it. We made it from root to crown. We're here. I'm excited to see what's coming up here in this energy center. So I'm going to tune in psychically and see what I can see, and then we're going to pull some tarot cards. Oh, okay. I'm seeing there's a goddess there. So what I'm actually, I'll describe what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a 1,000-petaled lotus, which is what the crown chakra actually is. And you can see it here, even in the card. It's the 1,000-petaled lotus. So I'm seeing that at the top of the head. And then there's a goddess standing on top of that. And I think it's Lakshmi. I think there's a card that I have somewhere in one of my decks. That's the image that I'm seeing. It's, I think, something to do with prosperity, infinite abundance or something like that. But yeah, it does feel like prosperity when I'm connecting to her energy and what she's kind of doing there. It's so cool because what I'm seeing is like this 1,000-petaled lotus, and it's like a rainbow lotus, and it's floating above the head almost as if it's like anti-gravity, and she's dancing on top of it with like, not really dancing, but she's kind of like on her toes floating above it, which is really cool. And there's a like just a lightness of being that I'm getting from this entire scene that I'm witnessing right now. And it feels very prosperous. It feels very unified, actually, is the energy that I'm really getting from it, is unification. And in that unity, there is prosperity and abundance because everything is whole and everything is one. So there's no lack, there's no separation, there's no disconnection. This is beautiful. They're showing me a crescent moon, waning crescent to be specific. That may be significant. And there's a feeling of, well, there's a couple of feelings I'm getting from the moon, actually. It feels like dissatisfaction, loneliness, and reverence at the same time, interestingly enough. So I wonder, something about a moon goddess as well. I don't know if Lakshmi or whatever goddess this is connected to the moon, but I'm also seeing like an Asian moon goddess. And there's a connection between these two goddesses. So the goddess on the lotus and the one on the moon, and it's like they're coming together in some way and balancing out, because there was something missing before, and through the union of these two, there's something that's coming back together again. It's like the moon goddess didn't have what she needed, and the other goddess was lacking some kind of companionship, and then they're both coming together and they both get their needs met. I don't know what this means. I don't know if this is supposed to be taken literally, or if, well, I mean, obviously not literally in that sense, but yeah, it just feels like, I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on it, so I'm going to grab some tarot. The Ace of Wands did come out when I was pre-shuffling. I don't know if it'll come out again. Oh, you have the Tower. Yeah, I do want to put it over there. The Tower. It's funny, in every other reading, I shuffled and then let the cards come out, but right now they're telling me to just take these, select them like I normally do, but they had me do the other ones all differently. So we have Justice. Yeah, that's the energy I was getting. It's like balance of some kind. 10 of Pentacles, the abundance. Yeah, the abundance of prosperity, right? 7 of Swords, something missing or something lacking or disappointment of some kind. Whoop. And the 8 of Wands again. This has come out in several of the readings. Let's see what this one is. The Page of Swords. I just got connection and communication from him. So it feels like there's a new connection or communication taking place in the crown chakra. It's a unification of the divine feminine principles because it's the two goddesses that I'm seeing there. And it's creating balance between those two principles and what they represent, especially in relation to money, finances, prosperity, and abundance, and disappointments, pain, loss, or even feeling as though you don't have enough. So there's a connection or communication between these two energies that are happening, and it's creating more of a balance than there was before. And more access to the qualities of those goddesses. So let me ask what those goddesses are here to share with you. So Lakshmi, because she just told me her name. It is, I was right, it's Lakshmi. She's saying kindness, compassion, and open-hearted giving. That's what she says. And who's the moon goddess? Chun Yu. I don't know if that's an actual goddess. I'm not familiar with that name. Chun Yu. Okay, what do you represent? Or what are you bringing here? What is the energy? The loneliness and despair of isolation. And the joy through connection. She also used the word inspiration. I kind of cut that out, sorry. But then she told me that she really wanted that word in there because it was connected to that Ace of Wands. Yeah, the inspiration. Okay. So by being compassionate, open, and generous, there's a connection and healing of loneliness, despair, disconnection, and a reawakening of inspiration and, like a sense of companionship is what I'm really feeling. Because I feel like these two are kind of like, they're making friends and they're working together and they're helping to unite something within you. Wow. Okay. They're bringing in information too, because as you can see in the tower, there's lightning striking the tower and it's hitting the crown off of the top of the tower. So this is the crown chakra that this is referring to in the context of this reading. So this is talking about a new awareness coming in, or new enlightenment that's striking. Enlightenment, lightning. Yeah, striking. And it's kind of knocking the old operating system, if we want to call it that, of the crown into irrelevance and bringing this new. Yeah, so it does feel like you guys are about to go through an activation here. It hasn't happened yet, but it's about to. You've just kind of been doing the prerequisite work to build up to that. Okay. So yeah, there's going to be a bridge built between different realms of consciousness, is what they're showing me. And because I'm looking at the two towers in these two cards here, and how they're kind of mirroring each other. This one being unstable and this one being very stable, because it's the Ten of Pentacles, which is about stability and legacy, wealth, long-term prosperity, generations. Yeah, it's like something that will stand the test of time. So the old system is being knocked out to be brought, something being brought into balance. This activation coming in to take out any of the distortions, and this new, more stable foundation being built in its place through the crown chakra and the support of these two goddesses particularly. Very cool. So that is what I see for you, group number 7. If you want to go deeper with the extended reading, you can gain access to that by joining the memberships, either Soul Tribe or Soul Family. And if you want to benefit from some healing downloads that I'm providing, I have on my website the Full Chakra Cleanse that's channeled from me in spirit to you and infused with Reiki healing, so that you can cleanse, clear, and heal, as well as align all of your chakras. And you can use that time and time again, anytime you need it, to be able to reset them and level up and activate and all sorts of good stuff. It's all like pre-infused into that download, so you guys can use that for your benefit as you continue on your spiritual journey. All right. So the link to that is in the description box below. And if you want to access the extended readings, you can do so by hitting the join button. If you don't see it because you're on an iOS device, you can either go through the web page for YouTube rather than the app, or you can access the join button through a desktop or laptop or some other kind of device other than iOS. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I so appreciate that. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye.